What's up with you, Marv?
What up? The legendary Enem. Fucking, we don't get a lot of graph writers, so episode 67 or 60, no, 67. I got the number right. Carrying the
That's
Dog
all right,
Show.
though. I dropped just as many hits as them rapping niggas.
Ha!
You know what I mean? I've been doing it for decades. I'm like, Karis, one of this shit from Philly. Like, I'm on some other shit. Yo, go ahead, keep giving me flowers. I was enjoying that. Let me get some roses with that.
Oh, yeah, well, fucking a legendary cat. We're going to get into it, man, and it's an honor to have you here. And I appreciate it, man, because I don't get a lot of writers. I try, but I don't get a lot of writers for obvious reasons or whatever. But
you show a lot of love, bruh, and you keep your eye to the streets. And the other part of the game is, you know, me and you, we in the same kind of generational thing when it comes to hip hop. You know what I mean? And what I wanted to tell you was like, yo, you know, everything is really switched up nowadays. Back in the day, the graffiti writing was the backdrop to the DJ and the MC. Like we played that part. But nowadays I put their music on my videos. They my backdrop. You know what I'm saying? When they drop a verse that I like, it's like my theme song. You dig me? Right. And I'll put that to my shit.
I've been noticing that. So
it's a different game.
Real quick, everybody, if you guys got any questions, please use the questions feature below. I can pull them up. And also, if you get on any fuck shit, just like on the page, I will send your ass home. So don't get wild in the comments. Yes, we don't get in the hip graffiti.
They don't do that. Shit, they don't do that with me. See, we not graph writers not like the MCs. We don't really be going in on it. It's dirt. Shit be going down, but we don't go in on each other like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bond between graph writers and hip hop MCs. I could tell you that being from Philly, because a lot of niggas from Philly that I fuck with are MCs. So, like, from the door, I'm just shout out my man Clever, my man Hemlo, Booze Brothers. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because that's my peoples. You know what I mean? I'm going to shout out Vinny Paz because he showed me a lot of love. I'm going to shout out Baby Black. I'm going to shout out Rashid, Melee Sparks out there in Europe. Because them niggas from my way, from back in the day, you know what I'm saying? I love all them type cats. But on the hip-hop tip, the shit go back. Steady B used to write. Right? He used to be a Philly writer, Scar. He used to write on the walls. You feel me? So like a lot, yo, I did a track. The niggas don't know I used to rap, but I did a track with EST. Me, my man Grants did a track with EST with my boy Bose down in Manayunk in the studio.
You from up north, though, right? Is that where you from? You from up north, right? North Philly?
Baby, look, North Philly love me and I love North Philly. I'm a North Philly hustler all day, but I hail from Germantown. I'm an uptown nigga, born and raised. You feel me?
So when I lived out in Philly, that's where I was, son. That's where I was.
Hey, that's where I come from.
Down in Shelton all the time, so I get you.
You already know it. And that, yo, as a kid, I used to run around them blocks, hit them rooftops. I used to be all up in and out of there. A lot of cats don't know 87, 88. I was running up around there. You know what I mean? Like,
that's my spot. Oh God.
Yeah, it was home turf type shit.
Word. So let me let's get started. I wanna know, like, what was the bug for you that got you in this shit? Because for me, I mean, I don't write no more, but for me, I was living on the West Coast. I was 4 years old.
Okay.
And I just saw all this shit in LA, and it was just like, you know, my mom was holding my hand and shit, and I was just like, like, so what was the bug for you? It was like, yo, I'm doing this shit, man. Like, this is,
man, I'm gonna tell you, it's like a rite of passage in Philadelphia. Yo, shout out to my man Stan. I just seen him, UGF in the house. Look, I'm just send this shout out real. I mean, I'm not the shout out. I'm gonna just say this. It's a Philadelphia rite of passage. So I'm not the only one that went through that at 15, 16, going out in the streets, learning the graffiti in the streets, seeing the superstars of the streets, giving that to the other niggas that's my age trying to get out there, kind of building our own circle. But really what got me the bug was the bus routes. Riding on the buses in Philadelphia. Because writers cater to the bus routes. You know, a writer will go from, let's say, take I'm going to just say this, a lot of niggas don't even know what this is. They call it the 65. Back in the day, we called it the E-bus. So if you took the E-bus from Germantown all the way up City Line Avenue, all the way out to the end of that joint, that was walking one route. You dig what I'm saying? But in reality, you just covered from Northwest Philadelphia to Deep West Philadelphia. You already passed Winfield all the way up to 69th Street. That's a lot of turf. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's how we take the whole city. You know what I'm saying? That's how we was about it.
So seeing the buses for you.
Seeing the buses and meeting and knowing other niggas that was out doing it and it being a regular everyday thing. You know, like people act like it was some shit that we discovered. I ain't gonna lie, there were artists that I saw that was like, yo, this nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? But in reality, it was like shit to do. It was the same. We all did this. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, Maul. We all did it. All my friends. Not a lot of them stayed into the graph, but I could tell you niggas who had names back in the day, and they ain't touched the can in 40 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they was out there with me. And they was trooping, and we was drinking 40s, blowing nickel bags, you know what I'm saying? Boosting fucking cans out the Woolworth and shit, robbing the Kmart, you know what I'm saying? Like pushing shopping carts. See, niggas, they always act like they invented something. The young boys act like they invented running out the Home Depot with a shopping cart full of paint. My niggas was doing that shit back in the day when it was the Heckingers and the Channels and all these old stores pushing that shit out, Kmart and Woolworths. This is real shit.
Right.
Graffiti is just like hip hop. It evolves, you know what I'm saying? And it gets re-energized by the youth.
Let me ask you a question, because this is something I've noticed and I've pointed out on my page a few times, that graffiti seems like it's the only element that also stood on its own. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of writers, there's a lot of dope writers that don't fuck with rap at all, don't fuck with none of the other shit.
Oh, don't get it chopped. It's heavy metal writers out this motherfucker. I know the cats that are so smooth, I could never see them chilling without some blues or some smooth shit. They just not into the rap shit like that.
Right. So that's the only element that's like kind of it's a part of hip hop. We adopted it and made it our shit. But it stood alone. It's on its own. You're like, it's
metastasized into so much more. You got the whole argument about graffiti writers and street artists, you know what I'm saying? And when you look at that, you got to see that the art form is metastasized into something marketable. You know what I mean? I look at it like, you know, down south they make gumbo. They was making that shit forever, and then somebody decided to put it in a can. Somebody said we're gonna sell it. That's what they doing with graff. Graff is.
What do you feel about that street art shit though? I mean, because I like art, yo. I mean, I like art. I mean, I think there's a place for it.
Art in general is like music, and I was thinking about this earlier. You know what I mean? And also its relation to the internet. When you're working on art, you're sketching, you're practicing. I don't even care if it's graffiti. You're tagging in your book. You're working on your tag style. You're working on your straight letters, your characters. You're doing all this stuff in preparation for what? To share it. I don't give a fuck if you're a real graffiti writer or a street artist. You're preparing to take it to the public and share it. Everything we do in art is prepared to share. Same thing with an MC. MC can go on can spit at a party, but what does he do though? He in his book writing his lyrics. I'm sorry, this the new days. This the new shit. Blackberries, niggas and they Blackberries writing their lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, you know what I mean? Hey, it ain't like they writing shit with a pen.
No, ain't no Blackberries around no more, motherfucking.
But look,
like Texas Instrument shit now. You know.
There you go. See, I'm old head. Look, I still sketch with the pen and the paper. You know, the young graffiti writers, they grab the iPad and they just be on their shit. I'm still into the old shit. Like, you give me a big pen, you give me a big pen and a composition book, I'm a flash out.
Right.
I could do that I could do that all night. I could do that for a week. Just fucking my book up. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna grab they're gonna do their joint, they're gonna wipe it, they're gonna clean it, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do another one, wipe it. It ain't nothing to them. To me, it's a learning curve to always have to push it.
Yeah, like, you gotta go with the pen. I mean, like you cannot. It's different than having your rhymes on your notes on your phone.
You feel me?
That's a lot different, son. That ain't the same shit. I mean, I've seen some dope iPad graffiti or whatever. All right, but like, I'm not a big fan of cutting corners, kind of, man. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I just be seeing the big rappers, you know, because I love rap. So I follow. I see niggas and I like the niggas that just spit. They know they shit.
Right.
Whether it's freestyle or written, you just gotta know these shit. It's, to me, it's the mark of a performer. You know what I'm saying? Because I know that that's what you're doing. You performing when you know your shit. When niggas grab they little phones and they be on the bull flex shit, they be like this, reading they shit, spitting their lyrics. I'm just not impressed by that shit. It's just, I don't care if you just wrote it on your way to the studio. That shit corny to me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
come on, nigga.
Right.
It's niggas that will spit on the mic right now. Look, Maul. If I had a 40 ounce of Tiger Rose, right, some Tiger Rose, I'd be spitting for you right now, nigga. That's how old school I am. If I was nice and bent, I'd be like, yo, drop a beat, Maul, because I grew up spitting on the corners. See, niggas don't know that I put out albums, that I did soundtracks. They don't know that about me. They only know the graph shit because they don't understand that this is like my life. Like hip hop isn't like some shit I do on the weekends. Life is what I do on the weekends. That's my side joint, is working and all that. That's the side shit. What I am is a graffiti writer, a hip hop nigga that's always been like that. I don't know no other fucking way. Now I appreciate other music because I'm a real smooth, intellectual cat. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to give myself roses, but I'm good. I'm open-minded.
Roses, nigga.
I'm
you deserve them. And that's
open-minded,
why I
though.
give them to you, because people need to know, like, we have an ability now to share, like people need to know who you are. People need to know that, like, what you've done, what you know.
But see,
I first saw
niggas
you in
wouldn't
the
know.
documentary.
Niggas wouldn't know that I used to listen to Led Zeppelin. Niggas didn't know I received a message from my brother across the water. Niggas don't know I was into that type of shit. They only think what they see on, you know, what the public has been given, like something that's contrived for the public. You know what I'm saying? But you're not gonna know me. You know what I mean? You're gonna know my art. You're gonna say I've been around for years. They're gonna perceive how they might think they know me, but they don't know what kind of person I am when it comes to music. Music is universal, is for everybody. And if I'm correct, we come from an era where the hip hop was appreciative of the music before. See, when I came up, James Brown had samples in everybody's shit. Wow! Because niggas love James Brown. It wasn't about their rap song so much. It was about the fact that the producers was like, this, that shit. You know what I mean? They were sampling.
We were sampling
all the good music. All the good music.
Right.
And it was a nod to good music.
It's different now.
It is different because it was a nod to good music. It ain't no nod to good music now. Now they remaking songs that they made back in the day like they knew. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh, that's funny because this comes from something. You know what I mean? So me and you, we got a different type of MC, right? In your heart of hearts, if I put in a nigga like the Baby, who's a popular dude, in a box, and I put De La Soul in the box, I already know where you going.
Of course.
Not everybody's like that because they don't have the same age we got. And this is the difference. This is why we can't be like our pops. See, my pop used to hate Public Enemy, bruh. Really? Don't play that shit in my motherfucking house. I don't want to hear that bullshit. He loved Chuck Berry. At the time, I didn't want to hear that shit.
Right.
I was like, I don't give a fuck about no duck walking nigga with a perm. I don't give a shit about that shit. But that's disrespectful. Later on, I learned to understand who Chuck Berry was, listen to his music, respect it, and love him. Be like, damn, Pop was on some fly shit. Right. Pop was a fly nigga. But I don't want to be like Pop.
Right.
I'm trying to be open-minded and let that shit in. So I listen to the Young Thugger. I listen to the Baby. I listen to the Migos when they came out. I listen to all of it. Now, what do I like? I'm cool on Drake. I'm cool on the Migos. I'm cool. I gave the Griselda a chance. I like Griselda right now still. I still like it. It's preferential. It's music, though. It's art. You allowed to pick and choose, baby.
Of course. Just
like we do gear and everything else. I like Nike. You like Adidas. We still on some fly shit, athletic shit. But that's your twist, this mine. You know, I try to keep it like that with everything. You know, art, music, everything. It's just
big up everybody joining in. Big up B-Boy Why Not Rocksteady crew. Big up all my people's joining in.
Yeah, big up to all y'all, man.
So yo, Philly Handstyles, man. I mean, so I first saw you on a documentary. Where I first saw you, it was a documentary about Philly Handstyles, and you was You was breaking it down and shit. You did a tag and shit. So
Yeah.
is there an in Philly? I mean, I'm not from Philly. I live there, but so when I went back there this past weekend, and it was so
Oh,
refreshing to see all the Philly hand stuff. So first question is there like a certified inventor of that Philly as far as the wickets and shit
listen.
goes? Somebody got
Let
that?
me ask you something. Is there a certified inventor of fire?
Not that I know of.
I didn't think so. A thought is a thought, right? We all men. We build on each other's thoughts. Look, somebody came up with the idea of tagging on the wall. I'm not sure exactly who did, but what I will say is that Cornbread was the one that we recognized that
Right.
went out and said, I'm going to go from neighborhood to neighborhood. I'm going to go right on this, this, and this. Like conservatively and deliberately went and did this. So
Right.
for that model, we follow, right? And as far as I'm concerned, from a Philly nigga, I can do math. I understand calendars. Niggas be talking about who come first. The dates don't add up, man. My niggas come first. Yo, first things first. My peoples come. Yo, listen, there's no way for me to try and deny that New York isn't the mega capital of graffiti and has made it global. Fuck the dumb shit. I didn't do it. I'm a recipient of its love, but I didn't do it. A collective of incredible artists from New York over a long period of time made this one of the most incredible art forms globally. I'm never going to deny that. But, nigga, who made this shit a street phenomenon? Who made this shit lovely for the street? I come from a black city. We is all black writers. I don't know what's going on everywhere else. I never seen it like we got it. I noticed that. It's spots in New York, and I got peoples up New York that are, black writers up New York that I love. They hold it down. They are legit people, but a lot of them are older. The younger ones don't seem to take as much to it. In my city, it's a tradition. We black, and it keeps moving. Now, we got diversity. We got diversity. We got Spanish writers that got history here. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican writers, and everybody know, I love my peoples down north. All my peoples, you know what I mean, in the Badlands. Big up to my man Tame, man. Yo, been thinking about you, Tame. You know what I mean? Love you, bro. I wanna give all the proper dudes, but the catalog is too intense in Philadelphia. For me. See, I've been here for generations. 3.5, 4, almost 4 decades now I'm pushing on just graff, right? Coming out 86, 87. I'm pushing my way there, right? I'm gonna be 50 soon. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas don't realize this is an old man burning you. This an old man on the wall next to you, bro. I'm cooking your monkey. They don't even know it. They be thinking of 35, bro. They be thinking of 40 years old or something. Old man smoking them. That's what I'm talking about. But in my city, it's so much history, and there's so many people that have contributed to what Philadelphia Graff is. I guess that's why I'm so serious about it when I talk to people, and it means so much to me because I've met so many of them. Rest in peace, Duck. Rest in peace, Laz. Just legends in my city. Guys that broke the mold, pushed the envelope, crashed the glass ceiling, like my inspiration. You know what I mean? So people say, you be so hype, you so inspirational. I'm like, yo, you got to understand where I come from, man. You know what I mean? I come from the Wizard of Oz, man, land. I'm coming from the big city, baby. These niggas live it. And let me tell you, in my city, it's legitimate. And when I say legitimate, when I say it's a street form, I'm talking about everybody's allowed to be involved. You could be a car thief. You could be a hustler. You could be whatever. If you got a nice hand, come on, let's go. Let's hit these streets, baby. And everybody enjoys it on that level. Because it's a street thing. It's not, I'm telling you, it's not as marketable as they think in New York, here in Philly. And Philly, yeah, they're not trying to do real Philly graff.
No,
They not trying to do real Philly graff, man.
Yeah,
We
I
giving
can
them
tell
tape.
it's a different vibe, yo. Philly got its own vibe, and that's one of the main things I really respect about the city, like and I love about it. It's like it's different. It ain't New York. It's Philly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciated that when I was living there. Like it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I got a question for you. So how has so it's a three-part question. How has
Damn.
graph I mean it's easy enough. How has graph changed for like the good, the bad, and the ugly? Like as far as like present
Ooh.
day. What's good, bad, ugly about it?
Okay.
Let's
Good.
let's finish with the good.
All right, we're gonna start with good. Good.
No,
Graph
finish.
is
Let's finish with the
we're
good.
gonna finish with the good.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the ugly.
So bad. Yeah. Start with
Graph
the.
has
Let's get the
gotten.
ugly out the way.
Let's get the
Bad and
ugly out
ugly.
the way.
Let's get a
It's
bad and
things
ugly
that
out the way.
it's things that's going on in graffiti I ain't never think I will ever see in my life. All right. Like recently I just got some information about like a graffiti legend that they roasting on the internet, shit like that. Like they putting people personal information out there, attacking people like it's the rap game. I never thought that would happen. That's the ugliest shit I ever seen in my life. Graph used to be based on anonymity. Nobody ever knew who we were. Now all of a sudden we roasting each other. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the ugly part. But see, the internet is made for graph because everything in graph is prepared to be shared. So the internet is the perfect place for me to lay.
Yeah,
Everything I
but man,
do.
yeah, but you don't have. I mean, I don't know how it is. Like as far as like if the walls are legal and stuff like that. But like I'm saying, it seems kind of weird that the writers are they put their shit out and cats law enforcement can't just run up on them
Law
now.
enforcement do whatever they want, but I'm gonna tell you right this. I don't try and get into legal or illegal because, it's not about incriminating or nothing like that. It's about your intentions. As a graffiti writer, are you doing this with a malicious intent? If you banging shit, like I just banged the police station, I'd probably not be posting that if I was you. But if you painting because you trying to show a style, a hand style, or you trying to like, show a throw up style that no one's ever seen, or you're trying to show or master a certain style. I mean, to me, that's performance art. You dig what I'm saying? And
I
if
got you.
you, yeah, and if you burning a piece and you're doing a character, you're putting a lot of effort, energy, and creativity into that. I'm not vilifying for nothing like. But what I will say is that you could do both. You could go bombing, you could be a bomber, and you could still be a piece of. You just gotta have like you can't have malicious intent. You can't be a negative person. You can't be trying to throw that in people's faces. You gotta you gotta have a little bit of dignity about yourself, or people are gonna treat you like an animal. That's like anything in life. You ain't got no fucking respect for yourself. They're gonna see you ain't got no respect. If you doing dummy shit, you a crash dummy. You know what I mean?
Ah,
What we
I'm
what
stealing that right there.
what we
I'm writing that. I'm
what's
writing
what,
that shit
you
down.
gonna call it? What you gonna call it, man?
I'm writing
This
that
guy
shit
is out
down,
here
man.
acting like a fool and doing malicious shit to people. It's gonna come
If
back on you. I
you
mean,
do
I
dummy
believe in
shit, you a
karma.
crash.
All right, but hold
So
up.
all right, that's the ugly. The internet got these writers off
But that's
fucking
about to say that's a twofold. What they doing to people is ugly, but the bad thing is the internet is a double edged sword, right?
definitely. Of course. Of course.
And so
It's
that's the
like
bad
the
thing.
ultimate double-edged sword, especially
Exactly.
it is.
So that's the bad thing is the internet can just go crazy with a cat. You know what I mean? For not a whole lot of good reasons. And I think the good thing is that there's more diversity in graffiti now. You know what I mean? Like cash, money order, like PayPal. There's so much diversity. You know what I'm saying? That's
Mm.
what it's about. An artist can make a living. How about that? You know what I'm saying? I don't get signed to Sony. You know what I mean? If I do
Right.
something good enough, Sony might try and throw me a little bone or something, right? Oh, you did this mural for Sony, but I ain't signed to Sony. You know what I mean? It's not like the same thing. Some artists are absolutely amazing, and I still don't think they're getting what they deserve
Right.
because of their effort. And some artists are just underrated because people don't understand the art form. You know what I mean? I understand the art form, so I see things that the what I call the civilians are not going to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Half these niggas can't even read the graffiti they looking at, but they love the colors.
Uh,
That's one of the best compliments I ever get in the hood. That's how I know when something I do is real hot. is when a nigga pull up on me and be like, yo, bruh, I don't know what the fuck that shit say, but that shit hot. I'll be
That's
like,
dope.
yo, that's what's up, nigga. That's what's up. Because I know that it's aesthetically pleasing. And he don't gotta have understanding. He just has appreciation.
Right. And
I
that's
could
the
take
thing. Like,
that.
you can appreciate. That's the thing. We have to be mature enough to appreciate dope. Dope shit is dope shit. Like if you have to have the eye, ears. If it's dope, it's dope. It doesn't matter if it's ballet. It doesn't matter if somebody rips shit. They go out and do some opera shit or some fucking
Bro,
clarinet.
couple years ago, I went to go see To Kill a Mockingbird on Broadway. That shit was dope. I ain't never in my life went to a Broadway play, but I went to this shit. Drank wine, had a good time. I was like, this shit is banging.
Right.
This shit is banging. It was a dope play.
Right.
I was.
If it's fire, it's fire. And everybody, if you guys got questions, I did see a question go by. If you have questions, or use the questions feature, I can pull them up then, and that way we can all see them. But yeah, yo, if it's dope, it's dope, and that's the thing. We were talking about music and stuff, and I wanted to get into that a little bit. You a Philly cat. Philly has played a major role in rap music. You know what I'm saying? So many legends out of there. So I want to ask, because I asked my people on my page, and said, so top 5 MCs from Philly.
Top 5 MCs from Philly. That's
Yes,
fucked
sir.
up.
Top
All right.
5 MCs from Philly. We got time.
I feel like, all right, I'm gonna start from 5 or 1.
Start from 5.
Damn. I hate putting somebody in that spot.
Yeah, we got. I mean,
I think
legend,
okay.
because
I'll say
some people would put,
the fifth least, because my shit ain't gonna be popular. My fifth least, well, most popular Philadelphia rapper will probably be, and this ain't no diss to him, but you're asking, the list is longer than 5. So if you're asking me for 5, I'm gonna say Cassidy, because
Cassidy at 5. Okay. Why
I
you
don't see
making?
Cassidy in the top 3,
No, he's
and
not in the top 3.
so if I gave him,
Why you think
I
people
would
gonna
put him.
Why you think people are gonna be mad?
Because I think that people would think he's from my era, or I was around that era when he was really popping, and he was, and I did like it, but he dated himself too quick. It became the same old cadence, same old style. I didn't even care about the punchlines after a while. I knew how I was going. All right, so hold up. My number 4, I think my number 4 MC would probably be, I'm gonna say Bahama. I like Bahama, and I think she does a lot as far as like just giving out a nice vibe in Philadelphia. All right, so number 3, let's see this. I'm not gonna do this by who's the most famous. I'm gonna do this by who I like.
Of course, that's what I
Okay.
want.
Number 3, I'm gonna go for I think EST was one of the dopest rappers ever that Philly ever had. From the Giddy Up was my shit. I loved all them Jones. I thought that he was just dope as shit from Philly for me, and captured the era. My number 2, I'm gonna have to say Beans. I think Beans is not just hard as stone, but there was a natural gift about the way that nigga spit.
Beans.
If you think, like, for me being from Philadelphia, he naturally spoke the way we speak, but he did it really fly, mature, in a gangster way. And I think his music is hitting. I still listen to his music. I still listen to his music. And my number 1, man, it's ugly. You know that's ugly. Putting a 1 on somebody. That's it. Ugly. Because I want to say Meek. I really do, because I know that sounds crazy for me to his head snap, and he like, what are you talking? But you gotta understand though, man. You gotta understand something. Meek is a bridge from one generation to another. And that's what you're not getting, man. Like, we
You
would have been.
forgot somebody. Wait,
Who?
you got an issue with somebody? You
Who?
got an issue with somebody?
I'm saying you gotta tell me who you talking about.
Black Thought?
I
You
don't got
got
no. I don't have no issue with Black Thought.
he's
I don't
not
have
in
no
your
issue with
top
Black.
five at all? He's not in your top five?
It's it's a different list because I can't really. Hey, look, I'm gonna explain myself. All right, and I'm gonna keep this 100. This might fuck you up, but I can't put Black Thought in the Philly top five because he is more of like a global top five. Like, he's like one of the best rappers ever. He'd have to take the #1 spot every time. It's not fair to any Philly rapper. It's not. Black Thought is probably the illest rapper that ever lived in Philadelphia, ever was born in Philadelphia. But in the top five, it's not fair to put him on the list with all them other niggas, man. It just knocks everybody else down. He needs to be in a separate list. Then I put him in another list. See, he's on a list with me with like Pharoah Monch. He on a list with me with like lyricists, like deep, crazy lyricists. I let him go there. He could be on there with Eminem. You know what I'm saying? He could be on there with the biggest lyricists that ever really made it. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to the Geffen days. I'm not talking about the rest of that shit. I'm talking about his lyricism back then. So, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I was on South Street. I used to kick it with them niggas. This nigga would sit there and spit in my ear on South Street. We be kicking it. I'm like, damn, shit's cool, man. Let me paint, bruh. Like, that's the bull. He's the man. I've seen him throughout the years in different places. I seen him in Florida one time at a party down in Nikki Beach and shit. Chilling. Diamond necklace, big microphone on his chest. You know, this nigga bumping to me in the bathroom. Like, what's up, bro? You know, little exchange. I seen him out King of Prussia in Bloomingdale's one time. We chopping it up. He's a good brother. Listen, Philadelphia rappers, he would be #1 every time. It's not fair to all of those crazy rappers that survived in Philadelphia. I wouldn't put him on that list with him. I just wouldn't do it. I just don't think it's even real.
That's
Like saying, yo, that's like saying who's the top five MCs from New York, and then, like, come on, man. We gonna keep saying Nas and Biggie over and over again? It's over. They already in a category themselves. Talk about the motherfuckers that are putting in work and have been putting in work since, that are still changing and doing something with the game, nigga. I'm talking about opening up to hip hop and its future and everything. If we stop and start saying from this point backwards who is the best, that's like saying the game ended. The game ain't end. All right, whatever. I'm talking crazy. The fuck you want? More, you asked me to get on here. Now you gonna talk this shit. See?
Now we good. So look, I feel you, and I'm just happy that it's not because you didn't fuck with Black Thought. That's all.
No, see, because I had to make that abundantly clear, because the niggas is gonna say I'm hating on a nigga, and it ain't even like that. Don't talk to that nigga. I don't got no reason to hate him.
This line of reasoning, I mean, yeah, that's a cool line of reasoning. I can fuck with that, yo. You know what I'm saying? I can fuck with that.
It's like this.
But here's the thing. When you left him out, I was like, wait, hold up.
But look.
So, here's real quick. Here's how I look at it. I look at it like, even when I did the post, I'm like, okay, we know it's Black. Basically, it's Black Thought and everybody else. Who are the other 4 cats? I mean, so I look at it, but I get it. You're saying he's special, so put him in a special area. So I get it. I mean,
all right. But hold it, dig this. Give me the top 3 lyricists from Philadelphia. Black Thought is first on the list. I'm gonna put Vinny Paz on the list. Huh?
Hell yeah, he's first on the list.
I'm gonna put Vinny Paz on the list. I might put Reef the Lost Cause on the list. I might put Kamachi on the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different category. And what about if I said, give me the most powerful Philly rappers? Now I'm like, oh shit, well, what, Eve is the most powerful, Will is the most powerful. Come on, it's different levels to. Meek said it best. It's levels to this shit, nigga. That's my #1 Philly boy.
But I like to simplify it and say, and cut out the levels sometimes and say, okay, who's the fucking best? Period. Put aside the commercial success.
You can never say who is the best unless you at the end of something.
No, it's fun to do. Yeah.
It is fun to do it because Michael Jordan was the best when we said it.
It's
And
fun
then
to do.
Kobe came along, then LeBron came along, then Enem came along.
All right, real quick. So you had, I forgot who you had. So 5, you had Cassidy. 4, you had Bahamadia. 3, you had who?
Man, that was halfway through this blunt. I don't know what I had
Come
at 3.
on, man.
Hold
Anybody
up.
remember?
All right, it was Cassidy. I gave Bahamadia socks.
Cassidy.
My third. I know I said Beans was in there, but I might have gave him 2.
You gave Beans 2. Who was 1?
Meek.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, well, yeah, you got your. And 3, you got 3. 3 was who? I forgot who that was, but I can't remember. All right.
All right, I'm gonna designate 3 because I can't remember either. I'm gonna have to read.
Philly got a dope DJ scene too. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as legends from that fucking. You know what I'm saying? Cash
Come
Money.
on, man. Come on, man. Let's go back to the World Supreme DJ contest. Let's talk about Cash Money. Let's talk about DJ Miz. Let's talk about DJ Action. Let's talk about Sat. Let's talk about Jeff and all the shit that he's done. Come on, man. Come on. Remember who turned the turntable sideways? See, before all of this other extra shit. Remember who turned the turntable sideways? That's Cash and him. Who remember the Transformer? Who came up with that? Come on, man. Philly.
DMC champ, yo, and that's what I said.
DMC.
Like, as far as that hip hop shit, all the elements. You know what I'm saying?
We have hip hop here. Ben had hip hop here. If you listen to Cornbread and them, they'll tell you they invented the shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Philly niggas tell you they invented the shit because they just there's always been. All my people's got a certain swag to them, you know, a certain way about them. You know what I mean? But everybody got a different personality. So, you know, being around each other is a pleasure. You know, being around good people is a pleasure because they bring something to the table. You can have a good conversation and enjoy your time with somebody in Philadelphia because they bring a lot to the table as a person. You know what I'm saying? I've been places, man, and niggas is dead ass. Ain't got nothing on their mind. They ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Philly nigga wake up early to do nothing. Trust me. Philly nigga be up early just to do nothing, man.
Like freeway sir, early.
Crack ass in the morning talking about you got papers, you got a blunt. To do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But love my city though. I love my city and the history. And you know, I've been blessed, you know, I know Cash Money. I was working on a film and I did something with a friend of mine, a great producer and editor, Ray Hayes, who helped me do a documentary, a couple different things, but he did a documentary. We actually won some awards in PBS for it. But we had did a couple segments on Cash Money. So, you know, I was kicking it with him in the basement. My man was there, we was filming, and Cash has got a cool toy collection kind of situation going on. And I was collecting toys too. So we was hanging out doing all types of fun stuff. And it's just amazing the connection that people have in Philadelphia. Like when I was growing up, I never would have ever thought that Cash Money would ever spend time with a normal person. Right? But here I am. I don't have no credentials as somebody in entertainment, but I got this project I'm doing. You know, he's a cool dude. He knows some people I know. He's seen my graffiti. He's happy to help. You know what I mean? He's like, come through, chilling with the man. And you know, he doesn't know you my idol in the game. You a superstar. Telling me great stories and bringing me around good people. I've been blessed in Philadelphia to really experience hip hop for real here. Like I ain't never had to go to New York to experience here. Like I've had New York niggas come down and go to shows with me here. I went to a Cool G rap show at the Club Poison. No, Poseidon, Club Poseidon. He did Poison. Remember that track Poison? All right, so this cat was DJ Word from I think Brooklyn, and he comes down and he trying to get at my sister, B. Right? My sister, she light skinned. He trying to get at my sister. But she smooth. She a beast. So she like, you gotta take my brother to a hip hop show if you gonna come down here, if you wanna go on a date with. So he bite, you know, oh, here I come. Come down, DJ Word. You know, and he's a thorough DJ, you know, known in the business. Everybody know this cat. I didn't know him like that. I'm a young boy. I had my hair braided with the little crisscross braids, wearing the long with the long shirt and shit. I had the big long gown with the wooden beads and shit. I thought I was doing some shit, right?
The Bohemian phase. Everybody went through the Bohemian phase.
Yo, but dig this though, dig this. He's in the industry, basically. You know what I mean? So he comes down, he gets me, he goes, listen, we're gonna go over to my man's. He's a DJ. Takes me to DJ Miz's house in Southwest Philly. I see Miz, I got an 8-track tape in my, I mean, not an 8-track, fucking cassette tape. I said 8-track like I'm 90. Cassette tape in my pocket. And I said, yo, Miz, can you do the World Supreme DJ routine? LL Cool J, I'll cut you like a ninja. This nigga took my tape, popped it in, and did the routine and taped it for me. Oh my God, you know I was in fucking hip hop heaven. Like, holy shit. This nigga just did that, right? Boom. This dude comes in the door. Who is it? Grand Pooh from the Crown Rulers. Kick the ball, anything you want. Kick the ball, ball. That old jam. That's Grand Pooh from the Crown Rulers. He comes in and they talking and they getting ready to listen to some of the tracks. And Grand Pooh says the word, hey, is he in the business? And he's like, no, he cool. He's just, you know, girl I'm talking to, little brother, he cool. Cause I'm young, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So we chilling, they talking about what they gonna be doing, tracks and a show. And then my man's like, come on, we going to the club. We get to the club and it's hip hop, nigga. They got a dance circle going on. Niggas is getting down. They put a little bracelet on me. You know what I mean? Gave me a little pass to go backstage. I shoot backstage. I'm watching. First act is Kwame. All right, he comes out.
Big up Kwame.
With the yes, OG with the he got the dye Frankenstein joint.
You know
he had the dye Frankenstein S curl. That shit was crazy. It's an S curl, but it was dye. And he does this so pulls off his pants. He got polka dot drawers on. That was like his shtick back then, the polka dots. So he had polka dot silks on. Everybody like boom. Then these two chicks come out in safari gear. I don't know who the fuck they is. Never heard of them before. Boom, this chick come out, Queen Latifah, her name. She start kicking. I'm like, they ain't never heard of her. They kicking. I'm like, this is dope. I'm backstage and I'm sitting, I look over, I'm like, that's Ice Dog. Tough Crew is sitting in the backstage with me watching the show. It's a booth on the second floor. And we looking out the window and they sitting right next to me. So, yo, think about this now. I'm a kid, I'm like 15. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. I'm in the mix.
That's the shit when you know, like, when you know you're not supposed to be somewhere, but you.
It's all adults everywhere.
That's when it's the illest shit. When you
the shit was kicking off. It was all adults everywhere, bro. So word come in, he check on me, you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. He's like, you want me to get you a soda or something? I'm like, no, it's cool. I'm okay. I said, I'm gonna go down on the dance floor. I said, I'm gonna go down on the dance floor. He's like, all right, but come back up. I'm like, all right, cool. I go down there. I got my little $20 bill. I'm like, yo, let me get a rum and coke. Boy, look at me, kind of funny. Throw me the rum and coke. I'm like, bang, now I got a little drink. Yo, I'm having a good time. I go back. I want to drink it, though, before I go back up. I go back. I see the dance circle. I'm kind of moving around. Shorty start dancing, bumping a little booty on me. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Hip-hop, bruh. Everybody was jam-packed, getting it. You know what I'm saying? So I go back upstairs where the Tough Crew boys was at. They're not there anymore. And Kool G Rap come out. Boom, it's the big show. Kool G Rap and Polo. His dancers come out. They start dancing, doing backflips, slide between the whole shit go crazy. He do Truly Yours. He do Poison. He do Men at Work. Men at Work was a big joint in Philly too.
Like
Men at Work.
This was like, what was it, show? Like
Man, I don't even remember. It was in the 80s, bro. It was coming
This
right
was
out
like
the 80s.
hold it, now you got me checking. Hold
It's
on.
like 88, 89, maybe. I'm
Yeah,
not
this is
sure,
like
man.
88.
It was back then.
Those were
I,
some serious.
I just remember I was a junior woodchuck, bro. It was crazy. So look, here you go research. You can't tell this nigga no stories. You gonna find my club and everything. Find the club. Go ahead, find it.
89. It was 89.
So look, but here go the shit that this is what made it special
Stupid.
being from Philadelphia and being up in this show. So I'm sitting there, I'm watching this show, and everybody's chilling, and all of a sudden I see this bull come up with this big ass, fuzzy ass Kango. And mad jewelry, nigga. Truck jewelry, nigga. Big truck fucking jewelry. And behind him comes another motherfucker. Same outfit type shit, like gold lame sweatsuit, some shit shimmering, and fucking all this gold. And I'm like, who the fuck is that? Word walks over to him and he's like, Mo Love, yo, congrats, man. I'm glad y'all getting y'all. Remember how niggas used to be like, get yours back in the day? It's like, I'm glad y'all getting y'all. I'm like, this is ultra magnetic. They walk up into ultra magnetic MCs.
Word.
Yeah. You think I'm bullshit? Yo, hand to God, bro.
I
I'm
don't think
trying to
you
say that shit
bullshitting,
was
man.
live. Yo,
I
and they
don't think
went
you
back into
bullshit.
the second room, and they were doing like pictures and shit and hanging out. Like the green room area that was separated from where we was at, because we was like where the engineer boy was at. So I couldn't go back there. Plus, it was grown people back there doing grown folk shit. You know, they wasn't trying to let me back there. But then after that, we all went to IHOP on City Line Avenue, and DJ Miz was like, yo, how old is you? He's like, damn, you been out here? It's like 3 a.m. He's like, you been out with us all night. And I'm like, yo, I'm just having a good time, baby. Hey, yo, I got to shout out my boys, man. Mad love to my man, Cool Food, TDK in the house. Love you, brother. Man, hey, Dade County Choppers, I see you, bro. Man, shout out to my peoples down in Florida, man. It's a big show coming up down there. The end of the line train show, man. I got a piece that I'm putting in there. It's gonna be dope. I hope people really get to check it out, man. I'm sure they will, man. It's gonna have like 70 like ill artists from all around the country. You know what I'm saying? Just on the graph tip for anybody that loves graph, check it out. I ain't trying to free promo nobody, but your boy's in it.
No, yeah. So, yo, I was gonna ask you what you getting into because we gotta get out of here soon. So I was gonna ask you what you getting into. Like, I do remember you got any like, do you do the merch thing? Like, I mean, you know, like
I'm
people
like,
putting this shit out.
I'll do merch like a pirate, bruh.
I
I,
seen
I,
some pins before, some shit.
Yeah, I do merch like a pirate. I just every once in a while I jump ship. You know what I mean? Like I don't really like to. I don't. I'm not that dude. So I'm not gonna make a million novelties. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while I like it. Like this was from a show, right? But I love this hoodie because they made it with love. It came out thorough. It's got my wicked on the back. It's butters. Got my little weed man up front, you know what I'm saying? My man, mad love to Pursuing Wayne, mad love to the Wet Paint Show. All of that type of shit for me is organic, bro. Like sometimes I'll come up with something I really, really like and be like, yo, this would look dope on a hoodie. Like I want to wear it. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, okay, then I should probably do something with that.
I feel
But
it makes sense.
I'm not like one of them dudes that's trying to design shirts for a living and like make a whole line. I think it's a blessing to be able to do this shit with graph. I take it as it comes. I get a lot of blessings out of graph. You know what I mean? I'm currently working on like 5 different projects right now, you know, with my art. I do a lot of commission stuff. I do a lot of like private, you know, pieces that I don't really talk about because, you know, it's specific, you know what I mean? But it's not like commercial as much as, you know, other artists are. Other artists really kind of look for the commercial stuff. I kind of stay in my lane, which is like the people lane.
I'm gonna have to hit you up for a piece, man, and for the wall.
I
Fucking,
told you, man, I love diversity, man. I told you I love diversity. Amex, Visa. I love diversity.
It's only right. So we're gonna get on out of here in a minute. So real quick, you wildin', man. Yeah, real quick, next week we got Festo Hieroglyphics. I see.
Just vodka,
That's
nigga. What you think I've been drinking all night? Kool-Aid? You ever seen a nigga drink Kool-Aid for an hour? This vodka.
Kool-Aid.
This baby.
We got Festo next week. Brother Jay, Neek the Exotic, Wordsworth, all coming up in upcoming weeks. We just had Enem, fucking Philly legend. Yo, we gotta do this shit again. And when I come back out there, we gotta catch up, man.
You gotta see. I ain't got time for all that superstar stuff, man. You trying to move like a star. You too clean cut. Let it out, man. Let them grays out like me, babe. Let it out.
Oh, yo, I do this every 2 weeks.
I see you, man. You real sharp, man. You know, you like 2 seconds off that Steve Harvey dye job, Joe. You better stop playing. Look, come on, cut it. Let it in there rough, bro. Come on.
Yo, watch. You gotta go through my page. This cat wild. In 2 days, I look like a lumberjack.
Hey, look, whatever. Hit me up, nigga. I'm here.
I got a show after this. Save the hip hop culture. We'll save the hip hop culture. This is the business page, by the way. So everybody, if you rock with the show, follow Carrie and the Culture. That's where all the interviews are and stuff like that. Rock with NM, TDK.
We didn't even get to talk about KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane, nigga. What the fuck?
That's why we got it.
You ain't bring it up one time.
The hour went by fast, yo. I got another show in 8 minutes.
I love you, Tamar.
Yo, so when I come back out there, I'm gonna look you up, man. We gotta fucking build, man, for real.
We're gonna burn one down. We're gonna fuck it up.
We're gonna burn a bunch down. Thanks everybody for joining in. Sorry we didn't get to the questions, but this is what we do. So look, episode 67, NM. All right.
All right, G.